And we just need more like mindless action games in our lives, you know? We just
Yeah.
need more stuff like this. Not everything needs to be Hellblade, Senju Saga. No.
Yeah.
There's some stuff about that game.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm like, at the end of the day, I want that studio to make what they enjoy making. I want them to
Right.
make what they want to make. And if this is what they want to make, they should be able to make this. It should be able to, um, people say like it's short, and it's like, okay, I don't care, as long as it's
Right.
good. It's not for me. It doesn't interest me personally. And people have a bunch of mixed opinions on it. People don't like it as much as the first one. Um,
Mm.
and the problem is, this is the studio that made DMC Devil May Cry, and I'm like, they make good action games. I want them
Right.
to take the narrative experience that they have from this game, from Hellblade series,
Mm.
and make a hack and slash game with a story as good as that. Because
Yeah.
the biggest problem with hack and slash games, and I think we've had this conversation before on the podcast, but um, they tend to, when they start to make the bridge to more serious and honestly better written stories, they
Mm.
also change the gameplay, and it becomes less of an
Yeah.
action game. It becomes less of a hack and slash. Um, Devil May Cry turned it to essentially a Souls like for the sake of making the story what it is, and it's like that's cool. I'm not mad at them changing it up, but I would like for a game to play like Devil May Cry, to play like Bayonetta, but to have a story like God of War 2018 and God of War Ragnarok, like
Right.
Hellblade, but without sacrificing the over the top high flying action that we get in those types of games. I don't think that
Fun.
they necessarily need to work against each other. Um, yeah, but there was also trending because of that game was the Order 1986 and or 1886, and I love that game. It is still to this day. We talk about the peak of like realistic graphics. That game came out 20. Let me look it up. 2014 maybe, or like 2015, I think.
Mm.
Um, let me see. It came out 2015, and that game looks better than a lot of realistic games today,
Mm.
almost 10 years later, which is insane.
Right.
It is
Very
such a good
insane.
game. It was made by Ready at Dawn, and yeah, man, it's very similar to Hellblade, except that it has honestly a lot more gameplay. It's a little bit longer. It's like an hour longer.
Gotcha.
So it's like less than 10 hours long, both of these games. And the gameplay is fun. The story is great. It takes place in Victoria era London, with this like
Mm-hmm.
kind of like the technology is very. It takes like the inventions of Tesla and like combines it with their weaponry to make it a little bit more advanced than it would be, and adds a little bit of sci-fi element to the weaponry. And you essentially
Right.
you fight werewolves and vampires. That is the game. The whole game is you play. You're part of this group where the main members are named after the Knights of Round, and the main character is Galahad, and
Mm.
they go around fighting creatures of the night, and it's cool as hell. And
Sounds
like the
cool.
story is that they mainly fight lycans, and they didn't even know vampires existed, and now
Mm.
they're learning that vampires exist, and that a few of them have been alive, or maybe they knew they existed and they've been like extinct, but the whole time they've been like
Mm-hmm.
hidden and like sleeping in coffins hidden underground and stuff, and now they're coming back. And it's such a good game, and if this game were to come back, it would be so good. Sony needs to
Right.
let them come in and do like the studio that make Hellblade did, was that Ninja Theory, and just take
Mm.
their time and make this game again and make it really good. The gameplay, they can make it better, they can make it tighter, and they can make it look even better than it did back then, which it already looks amazing. Like it's such a good game, and I want another
Like let them
order.
cook.
Yeah,